Hello friends, we will start today with concept of a project. What is the definition of a project? For different people, the definition may be different. For a student, a project is a piece of research work undertaken by a school or college student. For a government body, a government engineer, yeah, department, a subsidized housing development with relatively low cost may be called a project. And for an engineer, an individual or collaborative enterprise that is carefully planned to achieve a certain goal is called a project. Two projects are never similar in nature. There may have some similarity, but there are many dissimilarity also. So project is always a new concept. Here we comes through a new word, enterprise. Enterprise is a new plan, business or trade unit. So where project takes birth. Project is a concept which comes in mind of a governing body. It may be government, a business unit, or an enterprise. So, for example, if a business unit like Tata, Ambani, or Adani wants to set up a project, where they starts. See, if Tata wants to set up a steel plant, they think about it. They think about the shape and size of plant, means its production capacity, source of its raw material, and depending upon this, also they think about the potential of consumption and or distribution of the product, and then they decide about the location. For example, Tata wants to set up a steel plant in Singur in West Bengal. They decided. They decided all the things. They decided about production capacity. They decided about the location. They decided about the consumption capacity in that area, whether it will be easier to export it through Diamond Harbour port. So they done it. Similarly, if Ambani wants to set up a refinery, suppose they wants to set up a refinery in certain part of country, but what is important for them? The potential of raw material, potential of consumption of product, the easiness of getting the all the land and amenities like electricity, water, and other things for set up that plant. Similarly, if Adani wants to set up a electricity producing unit, you can say thermal power, they also has to find out the potential of raw material, location near that, and potential of its distribution after production, and easiness with government bodies who helps in getting land and amenities like electricity, infrastructure, road development, rail facilities, like this. So concept of projects comes from there. Another example, if a government body wants to construct a new bridge, railway or flyover in certain parts of country, they wants to connect two places. They wants to widen, rehabilitate the already existing road, or they wants to double the rail line already existing. They wants to connect two places with flyovers. So concept of project comes from there. So for that they do the feasibility study. Requirement of projects comes with enhancement of facilities, expanding business unit, and some other reason. And for that, location is being decided. After location, the second important thing is feasibility of that location. To find out the feasibility of that location, feasibility study is being done. And when it is done in detail, it is called detailed project report, that is DPR. DPR is done by a team of engineers which find out all the details, all the feasibility, all the parameters of that particular project which is to be set up. So if you want to know about how the DPR of a bridge project starts, see, any government body like PWD of a state wants to construct a bridge between two parts of a river. See, one side this is a city A, and another side there is a city B. PWD wants to connect city A with city B, and in between that a river or a railway line is there. So to find out this possibility, they start with detailed survey. Detailed survey means topographical survey of the area. What are the units which need to be displaced? What the cost will incur in displacement of that units, houses, industry, school, colleges, to facilitate this project. This comes under DPR. Latitude, altitude, more briefly, altitude, topography, location, catchment area, culture, business, all the things comes in mind when a project is planned and it is being listed or studied in DPR. So DPR the primary requirement to plan a project. After location, we emphasize all the focus on DPR. So location and DPR are the very primary requirement to set up a project. After that, we comes with general arrangement drawing, which shows the plan in general, how to set up. For industrial setup, you need to know the production unit, the distribution unit, the offices, the housing complexes under it. Sometimes you need to change the initial GAD in your mind or by a government body depending upon the DPR. See, if you are in favor of a squarish piece of land to construct a housing complex or development of a township, but due to some difficulties it is not feasible and it is found out in DPR, then the setup of a squarish may be changed to the rectangular. Similarly, the type of bridge to be constructed, initially kept in mind, may be changed depending upon the feasibility study, and that is mentioned in DPR. So after DPR, we prepare the GAD on which we have to work. The slides running next may explain or elaborate whatever I have said or explained. Thank you.